Hi. Okay, hi. I'm Aisha, your girl. Okay, this video is gonna be on my hysterectomy, you guys. So for all the ladies that have been leaving comments under my video when I was in the hospital, asking for what to expect, how am I doing, so on and so forth. Sorry it's been so long since I got back. I really wanted to do a video 6 months and then 1 year, but you guys keep asking me all these questions underneath these videos, so I had to respond. And I know I said I was going to make one last week, then I said I was going to make one a couple days ago, but you guys, I have a job, and a full-time job, and I run my household, and I'm running around doing deals. And if you know my YouTube channel, you guys, you know I'll be in and out these stores all times of day and night. So I finally got some time. I have a day off today, so I decided to do this video. Now I do want to say I might get a little graphic in this video, so if you're like you follow me for couponing deals, making money, flipping, stuff like that, this probably won't be the video for you. But for all the women that have asked me questions on how am I doing, what to expect, this is for you. And sorry it took me so long to do this video, you guys. Okay, so I had my hysterectomy, you guys, it's been about 10 months, a little bit of 10 months. Today is November 13th, you guys. So this is around the time last year when I was getting really ill. When I mean really ill, kind of passing out, very dehydrated, had no energy. So it was at that point I actually had a conversation with somebody, and it was a male, and he said, look, if you just don't go ahead and take care of business, big shout out to him, he knows who he is. He says, don't be afraid, just go. So I'm very strong as a woman. Anybody that knows me, I'm very strong. I don't ask for help. I keep it pushing. If something needs to be done, I do it. And I'm sure if you're watching this video and you're a mother, most of us are, and we have children, you know how that is. We put everybody before us. So I was just doing the most. I was spreading myself really thin, and then my body just really started to break down. I've always had problems with my periods, very heavy. When I was younger, you guys can attest to this, beautiful, light, 2-3 days. But the older I got, and I'm 41 years old. I know I don't look it. I'm 41 years old, and God, for maybe easily 10 years, my period's been like really, really heavy and off, and it just really drains me. I would say maybe about 2 years ago, it got so bad to where I would call in sick to work at least maybe once every couple months, because it was just like my energy level, I couldn't even move. It was just that bad. So yeah, I had thought about it. I'm 41. I only have one child, and it's something like when you think about a hysterectomy, if you've already had all your children, 3, 4, 1, whatever, or you decide that you don't want to have any children, and a hysterectomy is something you're thinking about, you have to really think hard, because once they take your uterus and your ovaries, they take that, there's no going back. So how did it go? It went very well. I'm a trooper, I'm just saying. Now, I like to do a disclaimer. Everybody's different. Just because I really push myself, which I probably shouldn't, but that's who I am. Yeah, literally the next day, 2 days later, I was out driving. They say they don't want you driving because of the medication. The type of person I am, I have a very high tolerance of pain, very high tolerance of pain. I took the medicine once, whatever it was, lower tabs, or I can't remember. And if you go back to my previous video in the hospital, actually, that was the only time I took medicine. When I got home, I'm not with that. And this is just me. Everybody's tolerance is different. I just refuse to take I don't like to take medicines. I like herbs and natural remedies and stuff like that. That's just me. I was driving. The one thing about driving, let me tell you guys, when you drive, your stomach, okay, because they just took something out of there, which you might want to do, and I saw this on another YouTube video, and I thought it was very helpful. You might want to get not necessarily a girdle or a waist trainer, but something to try to keep your stomach in place and hold you up while you drive. Especially now, I drive fast and I go over bumps, and my son always tells me to slow down. My father tells me to slow down, but you'll feel that as you're driving. If you're taking your medication, I would definitely have somebody else help you with that and let them drive until you get off the medication, because the medication can make you woozy and you don't want to have any accidents. Another thing you're going to want to do, stool softener. Yes, I'm getting graphic. I've always been a very regular person, but some people aren't so regular. And as I was doing my research before my hysterectomy, it was funny. A lady said, and actually it's not funny whatsoever, it's not funny. She was so constipated, she was pushing so hard that when you get the hysterectomy, they do a cuff to kind of pull, you do your research. So they put a cuff in, so they kind of sew you up so everything stays in place, your intestines and whatnot. Okay, so she was pushing so hard, she ripped her cuff and her intestines fell out. Stool softener. Drink lots of water and stool softener. So when you do your first bowel movement, it's an easy transition, and you're not just grunting and pushing, and you're forcing everything down where you could rip the cuff. So be mindful of that. Stool softener. I did, and I like I said, I'm very regular, but I did not want my intestines. I didn't want them to fall down. So, and I was actually very scared about that part, because I'm very regular. Like I use the bathroom like number two. I do like 2-3 times a day, and I didn't want to be pushing. That area was very tender. I didn't want to, mess anything up, so I definitely use a stool softener. My first bowel movement was actually very smooth, so that was a good thing. Let me see what else. One thing I did before I knew I was going to have my operation, I did a lot of juicing. So what I did is to kind of prepare myself, because I knew I was going to have this operation. It was good, and this is a major operation. Just think about it. Your uterus is going to be taken out of you. So I did a lot of kale, greens, and stuff like that beforehand. I cut down on a lot of sugar, and I'm going to show you guys something a little later that I really don't share with a lot of people, but I'll share with you guys. And it actually was an indicator for me again, because I actually ended up in the emergency room about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. It was a Friday, so I'll tell you guys about that in a second. Where was I? So like I said, I just kind of prepared my body for the operation, and less sugar, the bread and all that, just to kind of give my body time to heal properly, and I wanted to heal fast. One thing you can expect, it's funny because this happened to me when I gave birth to my son 17 years ago. I noticed that my voice had changed. Like I can understand why it was cracking, like I was going through puberty. But the thing about it is, if you think about it, your body just made a being, a life, in 9 months, and then you gave birth, and then so your body's trying to adjust. So when I had my hysterectomy, I noticed maybe for about a week or so, my voice was a little bit off. Like I'll be talking and it'll sound like I'm emotional, and it would crack, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I had to think about it. Always think about it. If you have ups, downs, if you get depressed, or if you start crying, you got to realize your body's just trying to readjust, because you just had major surgery, and your uterus, literally, that you've had all your life has been taken from you. I'm just saying. One of the things that happened to me is my chest area. So you guys can't see now. It's actually cleared up real nice, you guys. But my chest area from, I would say, here on up broke out. Some people, I heard my face, very minimum. I had a few pimples, but my chest area broke out in little pimples, little bumps, and they were all red, just all the way across from here to here. And that was for about 2 or 3 months, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I had to really think. Once again, that's my body trying to adjust, because the doctor will tell you, basically, your body still thinks, it wants to have a period. So I don't know, that was just one of the side effects that I had right here. A few pimples on my face. I have pretty much clear skin, pretty much. But yeah, across, oh my goodness, terrible, terrible. But it eventually went away. So this is what my chest looks like now. It's pretty clear. I guess I can't really see in the camera, but you guys should be able to see. So it's pretty clear. Weight gain. Oh, hello. Weight gain. At first, I was being really good. Cut out the sugars. I actually had soda for the first time in months. Last night at work, we were being bad. We had pizza, soda, and ice cream. That's all at work. Just saying. Big shout out to all the people I work with. But water, fresh juices. I try to cut down on the bread. I love bread and butter, but it will really have an effect on your body, especially if you eat clean. You'll notice that. And I'm not saying I'm the cleanest person, because I do eat bad, but I tried, now that my body is changing. I wanted to eat a little bit better, eat a lot better actually. So weight gain. So like I said, I ended up in the emergency room about 3 weeks ago or so. And after that, I had a follow-up visit, and then they weighed me. Okay, I'll tell you how much I weigh. So I weigh 252 pounds. You guys are like, whoa. Let me tell you guys, wait a minute. I'm 6'1", so I can hide it very well. At least I would think I can hide it very well. So I'm tall, I'm 6'1", so it kind of evens out. I'm not skinny. I don't know if I would call my body shape thick, but yeah, I gained weight, and I can't remember what my weight was before. I probably would have to look at my paperwork, but I've gained some weight. Now, chest-wise, your chest, for some reason, I know a few ladies actually in the last year that are close to me, and I know personally I work with, so on and so forth. We had the same procedure, and we noticed that our chest size has also gotten bigger, you guys, so get ready for that. Everybody's different, but most of the women that I know, their chest got bigger. So I sit at, before the surgery, 36 double D's. So now I'm sitting at 36 or 38 triple D's. I hope that's right. I'm kind of busting out my bras right now. Just saying, I need to go shopping. But yeah, I noticed my chest got bigger. I do like to run a lot, so I just really started getting back into training and running and walking to get back in shape. You will notice, I will say, it's different for everybody, but you will notice maybe a weight gain, especially, you know what, if you're depressed. Now, I didn't become depressed. I actually have a great spirit. I try to always stay very positive and get things done, so I have no time to nothing against anybody that's depressed, but you want to watch your mood swings, because maybe there is an imbalance and you do get depressed, and you don't want to get so far gone to where it gets dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So I always seek help for that. So if you see like severe mood swings, I'm not just talking about you snap because the kids didn't wash the dishes, but you know, like severe mood swings and whatnot, you want to go back to the doctor and maybe get that checked out. Just saying, I want to say that. But yeah, I didn't get depressed. But yeah, that weight gain, just saying. So I did gain a lot in my stomach, and I noticed that also, and I tried to figure that out. What I did is I went, and actually after I got out of the emergency room, I just started seeking questions, because what happened was, I'll just be this is kind of graphic, I started bleeding. Now, I don't have a uterus, so there's no reason for me to bleed. This is me, this is my case, this is what happened to me. So I went to the emergency room, they sent me home, they did some tests, and I had an infection. Now, I don't know how long that infection was there. So definitely when you have your surgery, you want to go back, you want to make sure everything's in order, do follow-up visits, if anything, if you have any discharge of any color. I didn't have a discharge. See, that's what I'm talking about. My tolerance is very high. I didn't have any pain. My body, I noticed, because everybody that my close friends or people that know me, I sleep a lot. I love to take a nap. But I work a lot also, and then I work on other side hustles and flipping and business and shopping and buying. So I'm always on the run. And so I always take naps, like at least twice a day if I can, even before work. I love a good nap. So my body was just breaking down. And then finally, when I started bleeding, I'm like, okay, no, that's not right. So you always want to pay attention to that, you guys. I got that taken care of, and what I did is I actually sought out somebody, and she was really awesome, because she explained something to me, you guys. Probiotics are very important, and I'm doing turmeric. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist, I'm just telling you, do your research on that. And the woman that I spoke to, very knowledgeable older woman, she told me, if you really think about it, your body is really still trying to adjust. And I thought about it. I said, literally, my body is still trying to adjust. I had my operation, about my procedure, 10 months ago. That's just like me giving birth. You know what I'm saying? Your body just had that is a major surgery. So your body's still trying to adjust. And this is something that would have you bleeding once a month. You know, blood would come out your body, so your body's still trying to figure out. And she told me about inflammation. So if you're getting a hysterectomy, definitely type in YouTube, because you gotta love Google. Come on, you gotta love Google, you gotta love YouTube. Anything you want to know about, you just type it in, and then, now I'm not saying believe all of it, but you take it all into account. So I did inflammation, and after she told me, and I started taking a turmeric, and I make tea in the morning, and instantly after I got out of the hospital, so I had to take antibiotics, of course. I hate taking medicine, like I told you earlier in the video. But I took the antibiotics, which kills everything. So if you have bad bacteria, good bacteria, whatever's in there, it's going to kill it, kill it, kill it. So then how do you get back your good bacteria? So I started taking a probiotic, and I'm just going to shout it out. I love a good BioK, right? So I do BioK, but then she explained to me before I went in there to speak to this woman, I did my research, and a woman was saying basically when you take something so if you take something orally, it goes down, 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 right? And then when it hits your stomach, the acids kill it. So and she was talking about, and I forgot the name of it, I apologize, you guys, but it's called, and I'll probably put it down in the description, it coats the pill. So it makes all the way down to your stomach and then releases the good probiotics, and that's what you need. So literally one day of me taking this, I did a tea, I did the beautiful turmeric, and it's a powdered turmeric, and it was mixed actually with what was it, wild tart cherry, and what else, ginger powder, I think it was, and I bought it at a store, and I took that maybe in the morning or in afternoon, evening, and then I did two. She recommended that I do two probiotic pills. And literally within the next day, my energy, no lie, and this is just me, my energy level it skyrocketed. I didn't need a nap for the day. And okay, so this is what I'm going to share with you. So I've always had this. Now, what do I love? I love sugar. I told you I cut out soda. I'm doing a lot more water, and that's key, very essential. You guys, you got to drink water. I love bread, cake, cookies, all those good things. And I've always had this since I can remember. And I'm going to share this now. When I talk, I don't really open my mouth, but I have this. You can see it on my tongue. I have this coat on my tongue, and and of course I brush my teeth. Hello, but and brush my tongue. But I could eat or get up in the morning, brush, eat, do whatever, and then it will come back. So that's how I know that I have an overgrowth of yeast. Now, overgrowth of yeast will slow you down, so that could be why I would always nap and be so tired all the time, is because all the sugar, and I have an overgrowth of it. So once I started, the antibiotics killed everything, boom. Then I started taking the probiotics, which put the good bacteria back in, and then I noticed that now on my tongue, that's nothing. When right before I started going to the emergency room, I had a very thick layer on my tongue of it, and yeah, I never really opened my mouth. I could just brush my teeth and scrape my tongue or whatever, and it would come back. What I really know I need to do, and I've done cleanses, I've done I've never really fast before, because maybe for a day or something, or do a juice cleanse, but I never go like cold turkey and just do a bunch of waters, or drink water and just really flush everything out my system, my body. But whatever, that now I'm getting off subject, but maybe that's something I need to do so I can just get rid of all the overgrowth of yeast. Just saying it. Now this is something that probably is built up. Then I had the infection. Like I said, that was about 4 weeks ago, but the infection's gone. Everything's looking good. So let me see what else did I notice. I broke out, I gained weight, especially in my mid area, trying to work on that. Mood swings, just a little bit. I mean, nothing really major, because you will still have symptoms as if you still are having a period. So you want to be on the watch out for that. I think I'm going to close this video because we're looking at like 19 minutes, you guys, but I just want to say this. Really think long and hard if you're going to get a hysterectomy, because once you do it, there's no going back. If you haven't had any children, you think you might want to have children, you might want to think about it a little longer. But if it becomes a health issue, meaning fibroids. So like a lot of people I know have fibroids, and that, oh my God, after my hysterectomy, and I came in for the follow-up, one of the follow-up visits, they told me that they did find, was it a tumor or fibroid? I can't remember. They also found polyps. So I was just all jacked up. But it was embedded in the lining of my uterus, if I'm not mistaken. So that was causing me a lot of discomfort when I would have my period. It was just terrible. So they tried to get, and even before I had my hysterectomy, I had, I forgot what it was called, forgive me you guys, but they went in there and I actually videotaped it. And the medicine they gave me, I videotaped it, and they told me I took it like a pro, which I did. I should drop that video, but it's kind of graphic, but I did very well. Maybe I'll drop it right after this one. I'm just saying, I still have the video on that one. And they went in and they maybe found 2 or 3 polyps, and they had to cut them out. And I was awake for the procedure, of course. But yeah, I took that like a pro. That's what I'm talking about. I have a very high tolerance for pain. Okay, so yeah, so definitely think about it. If it's for you, if you're passing out, if you're lethargic all the time, you call in sick, because that's messing with my money. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or if you've had blood transfusion, for which I didn't know how common that was. Women get so drained that they pass out and they need to go to the emergency room just to get a blood transfusion because they're losing so much blood. And that's just really crazy to me. The doctor told me I should have probably had one, or had a transfusion maybe twice, but I just pushed right through it. So yeah, with that being said, gosh, leave comments down below if you have any more comments, because now I'm pushing like 21 minutes. It's probably the longest video I've ever done. I just don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm Aisha the It Girl. Just saying, I know you guys never see my face. I'm just saying, I thought I would give you guys this. Let me see, what else? Mood swings, drink lots of water. Make sure you have help. As women, we take care of everybody, and now I think I'm gonna go to rant. We take care of everybody else in the household but ourselves. And I should have never gotten to this point to where I got this ill and I didn't have the surgery sooner. But yeah, that part, I finally had it and I feel good. Now that I'm doing the turmeric, and I'm inflammation. Oh, why did I finish? Okay, so inflammation. So the woman explained to me, literally, your uterus has, and I still have my ovaries, but my uterus has been removed. So this was a major surgery. So you have a lot of inflammation down there, and you want to calm the inflammation. I hope I'm saying that right. So literally, once I started doing the tea, and I actually haven't done it in a day or two, so maybe after this video I'm gonna go make me some tea. Just do your research, you guys. Type in turmeric / hysterectomy, or all the great benefits of turmeric tea, and see if it's a good fit for you. I'm not telling anybody to do that. I'm saying do your own research. It has benefited me. Inflammation, your skin, my voice was off. Take time off of work. I am notorious for taking time off from work, because you know what? Nobody's going to treat you better than you. And one of the times when I passed out, I had so-called loyalty to my job, which I was stupid. I should have went to the emergency room the night before. I didn't. I actually called out sick, but what I ended up doing, I felt bad for calling out sick. Right? Take care of yourself first. Went into work and felt so terrible, and I literally was able to work 2 or 3 hours, and I don't even want to get into details, but I end up walking away and passing out in the back. So with that being said, take care of yourself. I'm just saying, take care of yourself. We're women, we're so strong, but sometimes we break down, and when you break down, you need to take time for yourself. Some of us, I know you're probably saying, well, I can't afford it. Well, you know what, do what you can. I can't remember how much time I took off. I took the full time off. I wasn't going to take off a week or two. Plus, based on your job, if you stand up, this is another thing. If you guys stand or you lift at your job, if you have the option of doing light duty, do it. If you're always on your feet, it's gonna wear on your body. You're gonna feel it. I stand on my feet. I work on my feet all day for the last 23 years. I've been in the same industry, and my feet are just totally jacked up, and it will weigh on your body and you will feel it. So don't rush back to work. I understand you guys need money. We all need money to keep the household, but if you can, stay out as long as you can and heal, because that's how, you know, I won't say we weren't taking care of it, but I had other issues. You know, I wasn't taking care of myself or whatever, but it just escalated. And then I pushed it back. But now I took care of myself and I took the full time off. So with that being said, like I said, okay. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. Maybe I'll do another follow-up video to get a little bit more detailed, especially if I get a lot of questions underneath this video. Hit the subscribe button wherever that is. Hit the subscribe button, you guys, and the notification button. So when I do not talk about hysterectomy, but if I do deals, I'm going to be doing giveaways all month of December, you guys. I didn't say what I was going to give away, but I decided the other day I'm going to do toys, gift cards, cash. Because we all love cash, don't we? I'm just saying, I love cash. I'm just saying. So hopefully you guys have PayPal, because I thought the best way to do cash is just PayPal people. So the month of December, you guys check out my videos on Instagram and YouTube, but definitely on my Instagram, because I think that's where I'm going to do the giveaways. That way I can go straight into the people, so I can just click on you and private message you and give you cash or get your address, send you toys, gift cards, whatever the case may be. All right, we're done. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Stay tuned. I think I have a deal for you guys. You guys know I love these stores and these managers. I'm just saying, they told me go ahead and do a YouTube video on it, and they want you to shop at their store. So stay tuned for that. All right, you guys, have an amazing day, and thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, you guys. Bye.